I don't know, man. It was one of them things where you just kind of have no choice, but it's such an unfortunate event that you'll never forget about it, and you'll always think about it for the rest of your life. So let's see here, 2016, 2015. This was a little bit after I broke up with my first girlfriend, first actual decent relationship. It was sometime after that. And at the time, man, I was eating horribly. Like Andy Cap hot fries every single day. Like, that's all I'd eat. I was super skinny too, because obviously you're not getting enough calories in eating Andy Cap hot fries all day, every day. And it did cause me IBS and caused stomach ulcers in my stomach. So, a little side note, if you're going to eat Andy Cap hot fries, maybe don't eat 4 bags a day and have that be the only thing you eat. So, I remember me and her were talking, and she was like, yeah, I play guitar and sing. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I play guitar and sing, because I'm a big, I've been playing the guitar since I was like 10 or 11 years old. You know, I got a 1960 something J45 at the house, man. Super cool guitar. But anyways, I didn't have it at the time. I had this little El Cheapo acoustic guitar at the time, I think. A little blue one. She was like, yeah, I sing and play. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. You know, I've found my soulmate again. Let's go. Spoiler warning. She was, in fact, not my soulmate. But I remember we had just got off school, I think. And for some reason, I went up to her house, which technically I was not supposed to do, I think. And I remember I got in trouble for this, actually, because I got on the wrong bus. I got on her bus and went to her house. So I remember I get there, and she had been talking about this the whole time, and she was yapping about it. I was just kind of like lost in space, because I was going down this beautiful road. I didn't even know she lived down here, but I was going down this beautiful road with this super cool creek, and I was just staring out the window, kind of lost while she was talking. And then I caught something she said. She said, I want to sing you a song. I was like, I turned around, I was like, oh, really? You wrote me a song? And she was like, no, but I know this song. It's by Taylor Swift. And I was like, bro. And this is no offense to any of the Swifties, bro. But nah, not me, man. I don't like that crap. I'm sure it's great. I just don't like Taylor Swift type of music. Listen, you can put me on the cross, okay? You can throw me down the mountain, okay? I'm sorry. So I'm like, dang it, dude. And at this point, I had eaten 2 bags of hot fries while I was at school. Like, I was the kid that would pack my lunch at school, but my lunch was just 2 bags of Andy Cap hot fries. And you know the worst thing is, I still eat Andy Cap hot fries every now and then. It's terrible. I don't know why. I'm just so addicted to them. But I had 2 Andy Cap hot fries for lunch, and then I remember before I got on the bus, somehow I got 2 more bags. But I don't remember bringing two more bags with me to school, unless they were in my book bag. I don't remember, but somehow I got 2 more. And I was eating another bag while we were going to her house. So at this point, my stomach's already turning and gurgling, and I can feel the unhealthiness brewing in my stomach. She says, well, I want to sing you a song. And I'm like, oh, okay. And, you know, says it's about like Taylor Swift or something like that. I'm not sure what song, okay? One of the acoustic ones, okay? So we get to her house and we're just hanging out, talking. I remember she was very aggressive about wanting to hold my hand and walk around the yard. Big romantic girl, you know. I was big romantic girl, as in she was a huge flirt, romantic. She believed in all that stuff, and I was just, at the time, kind of like, man, my stomach is killing me, you know. I kind of want to be at my house right now with my own toilet. I mean, I'm not in the moment because I'm just suffering over here. But in my brain, I'm like, you know what? It's not that bad. So I keep on eating handicap hot fries. I'm just like, and eventually she's like, hey, you know those fries, I've seen you eat like 2 or 3 bags today. They're probably not good for you. And I remember I snapped, and I'm not proud of that either. I was like, who are you to judge me for eating my chips? These are my chips. They're my chips. I eat them every single day. And I remember she was like, whoa, relax. I didn't know they meant that much. And I was like, they do mean that much to me because they're my handicap hot fries. And I was like, I don't know why I snapped like that. I got super defensive about eating my hot fries though. Really weird. I think it was like my OCD or something. But she was like, oh, never mind, it's fine. So we're walking around the yard, and I'm like ripping some ass, bro. But I'm making it them silent farts. Because, you know, you're standing up, so you can kind of like lean to the side a little bit and kind of just make it go like, but it's like constant at this point. I'm like, I really need to use the bathroom. But at the time, I didn't like using other people's bathrooms. I don't know if any of you guys have ever dealt with that, but I did not like using other people's bathrooms. I didn't even use public bathrooms. I would wait until I got home to take a number poo, you know what I'm saying? And now I don't care. I'll poop anywhere now. I'll pull off to the side of the road here to poop. I don't care. People drive by, wave at me. I'll be like, hey, what's up? Taking a crap. But at the time, I wasn't like that. So I'm like steadily ripping some silent ass, walking around her yard, which was a beautiful yard. There was a huge willow tree. She had a outbuilding that was designed like a house, like a tiny home. It was so cool, man. But, you know, we go in there finally, and she picks up her guitar, and she asks me to sit there, and, you know, she's like, her face is red, like she's, you know, nervous, I guess, and I'm nervous too, dude, because I have to sit here and I have to sit through this song without, you know, oh my God, this was so embarrassing, bro. I don't even want to talk about this. But this is my channel. I have to talk about my stories on this channel and the stuff that's happened in my life, which is a lot of stuff. Anyways, she starts singing this song, and we're like about a minute or two in, and eventually when you're farting, eventually you're gonna get to the point where you can't make it silent. Eventually you're gonna get to the point where Chernobyl is gonna happen. There's gonna be a nuclear meltdown. And she's singing this song, and I'll add, bro, she is singing this song really good. I'm not sure what song it was now. I'm not a big Taylor Swift guy, but it was a good song. To be fair, it was a great song. But about 2 minutes into this song, man, I try to lean to the left, and I rip the loudest fart I've probably ever ripped. Well, maybe not the loudest fart, because there was that one time, which I will talk about in another video, but I ripped a loud, one of them gurgling. It lasted long. It was after she got done singing the chorus again, I think, and she was going through a riff. And I remember, oh my God, bro. I remember she stopped playing and got so upset about it. She's like, I cannot believe you just did that. And I'm like kind of laughing and embarrassed at the same time. But dude, to be completely clear, this was such a good fart. Like, bro, y'all know, don't be one of them stiflers right now, okay? Y'all know, when you do an impressive fart, low key, you're like, that was kind of impressive, to be fair. And that's what I was telling her. But she didn't want to hear about how impressive I thought my fart was. Matter of fact, I guess I ruined a moment for her, which I didn't think it was a big deal because, you know, and I've always been like this, okay? I had OCD about pooping in other places, but I didn't care who farted anywhere, bro, because everybody farts. I was like, everybody poops, everybody farts. We're human beings. She had a whole conniption about it. She's like, I remember she said, you ruined this moment for me. I really wanted to do this for you, and you just decided to do that. Like, I did it intentionally. Bro, I leaned to the left, bro. I tried to make it one of the silent ones. But it ended up being a catastrophe of emotion. And I let it rip. I didn't think it was a big deal, but she was like, you ruined this moment for me. You should call your grandma to come pick you up. And I was like, okay. So I called my grandma, and she's like, well, why does she want you to leave? What'd you do? I said, Mama, I farted while she was singing to me. And my mama was silent for a second. She started laughing, and then I started laughing. Man, that was a funny moment between me and her. I'll never forget that. But, yeah, man, I ruined that for her. I feel bad about that. It was kind of embarrassing, but also it's kind of funny, though. You gotta imagine, how do you ruin a date by ripping some ass, bro? That's funny, okay? And I've told that story to almost every single girl I've been with ever since. And they thought it was so funny. I love telling that story. Like with my partner now, she'll be like, I told her that for the first time when we were first getting together. She laughed. I was like, I know, right? Isn't that funny? But I've been with my girl now so long, we just all the time, don't matter. But yeah, that was the time she sang to me and I farted. Peace, guys.